We are still in week 2, but we're in chapter 5. So we're going to make a new folder by right-clicking, new, and then go to folder. I'm going to call it chapter 6. I'm sorry, we're on chapter 6 this time. And then I'm going to open up chapter 6, and I'm going to put chapter 6 reports, and then say OK, and there it is saved there. I'm going to go ahead and close this. If you don't have that option, once again, you could also save it as a PDF file like so, and put it to the same location, being the desktop, scrolling down to QuickBooks and putting it into week 2, chapter 5, and the name of the file would be the item list. 2 ways to do it. I do prefer the Excel to the PDF. Then you can read through this, you can pause and read through it. We're going to scroll down to the next item. That is probably the largest part of data input of this exercise. In page 106, we're going to scroll down to the beige item, which says to set up existing customers. So then we're going to go to the customers from customers section on the home tab. This opens the customer center. So we can go here. I'm going to unhide this. If you don't have your home tab open, go ahead and open your home. It'll be up in the upper right. Mine will be right here. And in this section, we can go to customers here. We can also go to that customers by going to the customers and customer center here. But if you click this little icon, it'll go to the customer center, which will look something like this. Of course, we don't have any customers at this time. So then we're going to select customers and then click the new job, new customer and job, and then click the add multiple customers. Then we're going to say click the customize column button, remove all columns from the chosen columns list except name and company name, and then add the column customer balance and opening balance as of the date, so that you now have 4 items listed in the chosen columns section by the customer columns window, and then click OK. So we're going to go back over here. We're going to go to new customer and job, and we're going to say add multiple customers here. So once again, we're going to add multiple customers at one time at this time. So once this is open, we're going to customize these items again by saying the customize columns window up here, and we're going to move these columns so that we only have the name on this side, and then we want the company name, and then we want the customer balance. So the customer balance is over here, so I'm going to move this by saying add. Then I'm going to move it up to the 3rd item. I'm just going to go up, 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 and put it into the 3rd. I'm going to make it go down a couple times so that it is now the 3rd item. And then we want the opening balance. So the opening balance is over here again, so I'm going to go over here. I'm going to add it, and then I'm going to move that all the way up, 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 until it is the 4th item. I'm going to move it down so it's the 4th item now. So name, company name, customer balance, opening balance, and I'm going to remove all this stuff. Don't need this. Going to remove it all. A lot of stuff to remove. We only have the 4 items. Name, company name, customer balance, opening balance. When we select OK, these should then change to those items, and that's all we need to input. We could then change the columns if we so choose, like so, and then see what we have next. So then number 4 says remove all columns from the chosen. Number 5, add columns customer balance. We did that. Then we're going to type Orlando Water Sports in the name and the company. Type 48.3 as the customer balance as of 12/31, just like it is shown in this picture here. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to put in the name. The only customer we have is Orlando Water Sports so far, but we will get more. So don't worry. Plus, Orlando Water Sports is a big spender. As of the date 12/31, I think it says 1/2 in the book, but I think it should probably 1/5. All right, 1/5, and there we have that. Going back to the book over here, so your window should look like it is on 6/17, and it does. Moving down to page 107, it says continue this process for the remaining customers listed below. Okay, we do have more customers. That's good. And then in the opening balance here, so we're going to put these other 2 customers in there in the same fashion as we had before. And once you do that, you should have Buena Vista here for 33 balance and as of 12/31, and Walking on Water for 15 as of 12/31. Make sure to get the date in there, okay, because that will be used when we run the reports at a later time. So then it says, on number 11, it says Click Save Changes in the Add Edit Multiple list. Click OK to acknowledge that 3 customer records have been saved, and then click Close. Select All from the Date drop-down list to view all invoices. Resize the window and various columns so that all information is displayed. Your customer center should now look like figure 618. Alright, so I'm going to say Save Changes. And we're going to say, yes, that's good. We added those 3 and close that. And then here's our items over here. Now, we could make this a little bit larger by going right between here so that we can then make these balances a little bit larger so that we can see the data here. Again, because of the format of 2014, yours might look slightly different, but the basic view will look much the same. So then number 12 then says, click the reports icon from the icon bar to open the report center. Click Standard tab and click the customer's receivable. Scroll down the page and then select Customer Balance Summary balance section. So we're going to go back over here. We're going to go to I'm going to open this tab up, and we can then go to the reports window. And in 2014, the reports are a little bit different. So what we will do is show the shortcut of the reports, which is the same item, same way to get there. We're going to go to reports. We're going to go to customers and receivables, and then we're going to have this drop down here. You can do this in any version. And then we're going to go to the customer balance detail, was it? So we're going to the customer balance detail. All right, and there we have our 3 items there. Scrolling down, it says click Run, and then click Customize button. Number 15 says go to the header footer, and we want to get rid of, once again, date prepared, time prepared, and we can go to the Customize report, header footer, and we're going to get rid of the date, time, and subtitle, and select OK, so those items are now gone. And if we go back to the center here, okay, so we have the customer balance summary report, which you could find with the drop down, the customer, and then go to customer balance summary and or the detail. We're going to the summary report here. We removed these items over here, and now we have these 3 that we just entered. We put those details in there as of the 12/31 date. And let's go back to the book here. And then if we scroll down, we look like the picture here. That is good. And then close the customer summary. I'm going to go ahead and save that before we close that. So I'm going to go to the book here, and we're going to export it. So I'm going to go to Excel and create a new worksheet. And then I'm going to put it into an existing workbook. I'm then going to find that workbook by browsing, and looks like it's going to where we want it. I'm going to go to the QuickBooks, and we're looking for week 2, chapter 6. This is the one we just made. So I'm going to go ahead and export that. It should open Excel in an existing workbook, and we will put in a new worksheet within that workbook. So I'm going to make this large. I'm going to go to this tab, say OK, and then we're going to go to the View tab, unsplit in the Windows group, double click on this tab and call this the Customer Balance Summary. I'm going to go back to the normal view. I'm going to pull this to the left hand side, so it's over. I'll pull it to the right hand side, I should say. And then I'm going to go to File. Well, we already have it saved, so I'm going to hit Save, and then we can close this and move to the next item. So then it says to memorize the report. Set up our memorized reports once again. So in order to do that, I'm going to go to Reports at the top. This will be a little bit different than we did it in the past. We're going to go to the Memorize Reports, then go to the Memorize Report list. Then we'll have our memorized report list. Your screen may have that little pencil, the edit reports groups up here. My screen has this memorized reports down here where I can select this icon, and I'm going to go to new groups and then type in our name again. You type your name, I'll type my name, and there we have that. And then we should have the icon should pop up in order once again. So if we go back to the tab we have, then we can memorize this report, and we can go to save to the memorized report group. And we can go to our name in that icon, and it says remember that port. All right, and then we can just go ahead and save that. All right, so then to print a custom contact list, scroll down the list of reports shown in the customer's receivable section of the report center. Click the customer contact list. So once again, I'm going to do that with the drop down. So I'm going to go to the report center here, same directions. We're going to go to the customers and receivables. Then we have all the reports in a nice little drop down, and then we're going to go to the customer contact list. In this case, we have the same 3 customers. Of course, we have no activity because we have not yet we didn't put in the bill date and a lot of this information. All right, and then we're going to say remove the subtitle date prepared, time prepared, and you're done. Okay, so we're going to go to the customize, we're going to go to the header footer, date prepared, subtitle, time prepared. We don't need the subtitle, and okay. And there's our contact list. And then click display tab, remove the bill to the fax. So all we want are these items here. We want the customer, primary contact, main number, and the balance. So the other way we can remove this is I could just go here and decrease the column until it's gone, right? Primary contact, I could decrease the column until it's gone. That one we actually want. And the fax, we can decrease the column until it is gone. So once again, I'm going to go ahead and export this. So I'm going to go to File, Export, Create New Worksheet, put it in an existing workbook. It's going where we want it to go, and Export. We're going to make this large. We're going to go to this View tab on this side, select OK, and then scroll to the View tab at the top, Windows, and Split. And then I'm going to double click on this tab, and I'm going to name it Customer Contact List. And then we can go back to the normal view. I'm going to pull it to the end of the worksheet and save it. Once again, you could also do that with a PDF file. Either one are acceptable. You go to File and save it as a PDF. Then we could scroll down. We can close the customer contact list. So we can then go ahead and close this up like so. Modify the settings. I'm going to say no. I don't want to save the modified settings. And you could pause it and read through this. And next item we will do is the same type of activity for the vendors.